Apple are pretty easy to predict when it comes to the release schedule of their new phones. We're expecting the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max to be revealed this September, so mark your calendars. And while we don't know a whole lot about the new phones quite yet, leaks and rumors suggest there's a whole lot to look forward to. Well, a lot to look forward to for the Pro models at least. It sounds like the iPhone 14 might not be much of an upgrade on the iPhone 13, so for this video, we're focusing on changes we're expecting, or at least hoping to see, on the iPhone 14 Pro. Take it all with a pinch of salt. None of these things are confirmed just yet, but based on our trekking through the rumor jungles and sifting through the leak landfill, we've got a pretty good idea of what Apple's next flagship will look like. Perhaps the biggest change for the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max is that Apple is reportedly getting rid of the notch. Finally! It's something that we've all been crying out for years, and it looks like this is the year that it's finally going to be removed. Numerous leaks back this one up, but Apple's alternative may not please everyone. It looks like the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max will instead have two cutouts in the screen, one small punch-out hole one and one larger one. This is an imperfect solution and will mean the screen remains more interrupted than on most Android phones, but it's likely necessary for Apple to house all the Face ID components. We've seen plenty of alternatives to the hole punch in recent years, from pop-up cameras to under-the-screen invisible selfie shooters. There is no perfect solution though, and it seems like the hole punch is the best of a bad bunch for Apple. But hey, anything's an upgrade over the notch, right? Apple doesn't upgrade the cameras on its phones every year, at least not in any significant way, but this year we could be in for big changes, with rumors pointing to a 48MP main sensor in place of the 12MP one used on the iPhone 13 line. That might mean a big upgrade to the already impressive photography prowess of Apple's top iPhones, and will reportedly also allow for 8K video recording. Nowadays, so much of a smartphone's camera's performance comes down to the software and AI powering the lenses. More megapixels doesn't necessarily mean better photos, but Apple has always done a lot with a little. The 12 megapixel shooters on the iPhone 13 line produced great results even in low light, and so we're excited to see what Apple can pull off if they really do increase the megapixel count 4 times. This is perhaps the most obvious and expected upgrade, but the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will of course almost certainly be more powerful than the iPhone 13 Pro line, thanks to a new A16 Bionic chipset. There's a chance that these phones could also get a RAM boost, moving from 6GB to 8GB, though only one source has mentioned that, with most people disagreeing with the rumor. Rumor has it that the standard iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Max might stick with the A15 current chipset. So while a new chipset isn't the most exciting or unexpected upgrade, it's one that you might need to buy a Pro model to get this year. It will be the first year since the introduction of the A-series chipset that the latest device doesn't get the upgrade. So we wouldn't be surprised if this rumor is off base and the A16 does indeed come to the Pro 14 and base model iPhone 14s too. Many Android phones offer always-on displays, allowing phones to display the time and notification icons even when the screen is off. And this year could be the first year this feature finally finds its way onto Apple hardware. It's all according to a reputable source who claims that the feature may be enabled as part of iOS 16, but probably only for phones that can drop their refresh rate down to 1 Hz. No current iPhone has this battery saving feature, but the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max apparently will, allowing them to make use of an always-on display. When we first tested this on Samsung phones many moons ago, we noted that the battery will lose about 1% more per hour with the always-on display activated. But because it saves you waking up your phone to check the time, most users will actually save battery over the course of the day. We're always hoping for bigger battery life in phones, or at least a better battery life one way or the other. And it looks like the iPhone 14 Pro line might deliver, as one source claims the batteries will be larger this year. This is a key battleground for Apple, and one that it could struggle with if the extra technology above is more power hungry than previously thought. However, after the iPhone 13 Pro Max's impressive battery life showed us that Apple can make an iPhone with decent power management, The iPhone 14 Pro needs to follow suit, and with the recent advancements in battery technology, that looks pretty likely. So there it is. They are the 5 biggest predictions we have for the iPhone 14 Pro line. Let me know down in the comments what changes you're hoping to see from Apple's latest flagships. And while you're down there, remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe to TechRadar here on YouTube, and finally remember to head over to techradar.com for all the latest tech news and reviews. I've been Maheen Kassor. See ya!